Aloha everyone, welcome to Aloha Nathie Yoga. So glad you made it. So today's class will need yoga blocks. You can replace blocks with books or anything that is padded that's solid like a block. A blanket, towels, water, getting into something comfy, and your yoga mat. Today's class is going to be a YIN yoga class. So it'll be a lengthy class where we're going to focus on the plastic tissues of the bodies. So compressing and releasing in the joints, in the bones and ligaments. And that promotes healing over time in these areas. So we're going to be holding poses between 3 to 6 minutes. If we do 3 minutes on one side, we'll do 3 minutes on the other side. I'll give you the time so that you know. But really, Yin Yoga can get deep into the awareness of our mind chatter, of our thoughts and our feelings, and it can be quite challenging for a lot of us because we're so used to moving and going and not stopping. So Yin Yoga is really also about allowing ourselves the time to stop and release and let go in our bodies, and that can be challenging for a lot of us. So give yourself the chance, the patience, and the self-love in this. I'm so glad you made it, and I will see you on your mat. Aloha. So along with our blocks and other supports such as bolsters and blankets, just make sure you're in something very comfortable. So we'll begin the practice in a half-dragonfly pose. So come into a comfortable seat. And once you find that comfortable seat, extend the right leg out. If you need support underneath the knee here, you can roll up some towels and stick it underneath. Having your blocks nearby, we'll take a moment here to ground our sit bones down into the mat. And then the block you can use a bolster as well, but the block can be either on the outside or the inside of your extended leg. The left leg knee is bent, the foot is inside of the right thigh. So take an inhale, reach the arms overhead, and then exhale, send the right hand down and the left arm overhead. So here, you can have your forearm land on the block. Just allow yourself to rest here, extending the left arm overhead and allowing the chest to open up to the side of the room. We'll be here for 1.5 minutes and then we'll be folding over the leg. So take a deep breath in. And then exhale, allow yourself to gently bend to the right. Bring your focus to your breath. And relax the neck. Allow yourself to sink a little deeper into the pose. And whatever comes up in your mind, just allow it to move through without clinging or attaching to anything in particular. Keep reaching the heart forward, opening the front of the body. Deep breaths into the left side. And when you're ready, stay here, but extend the top arm down and away from you, as if you were reaching down for something. But keep the neck relaxed. Feel the neck opening here. You can even bend the right elbow and land your head on your hand, just like this. Deep breaths here. can change the height of the block if you'd like to go deeper. Notice the breath as you inhale. And notice the breath as you exhale. Keep focusing on your breath. And when you're ready, take the right hand to the right temple and draw yourself back up to center. Turn your torso towards the extended leg. Have your blocks, maybe one on each side of the leg. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, fold in as much as you want here. You don't want to go in too deep. And then just allow your hands to fall down on your blocks or alongside your leg. You can also have stacked blocks to support your forehead. Just like this. Deep breath in. And then exhale out. We're here for 2 minutes. As you inhale, lengthen. Deep breath all the way around the chest and the torso, all the way to the back. And then exhale, fold in a little deeper. Notice the sensations that are coming up for you, where it might feel a little bit tense or uncomfortable. And then notice maybe an area in your body where you're feeling more comfortable and less tense. Just bring awareness to the different parts in your body with the different sensations. Relax the neck. Relax your thoughts. Come back to your breath. Two more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly walk yourself back up. Take a moment here to sit in a normal seat, right shin in front of the left. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. You can have hands on blocks, forehead on block. Inhale, walk yourself up, and then we'll extend the left leg out, bend the right leg, and we'll place our blocks on the left side. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bend to the left, dropping the left arm down onto the thigh or the block. And reaching the right arm overhead. Inhale, open the top shoulder. Exhale, relax the shoulder blades down your back. Maybe closing the eyes here. Noticing the side bend. We're here for 1.5 minutes. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the upper shoulder. Relax the jaw, the neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Stay here as you release the top arm down and away from you into a hover. Hovering the hand over the mat. Opening the chest. Relaxing the eyes, the muscles around the eyes. Relaxing the neck. And bending deeper to the left, keeping the torso gently opened to the side. Feel your rooting down in the sit bones, in the lower abdomen. You can explore by looking down. Explore the sensations in your neck. Notice maybe the sensation moving down your neck muscles into your shoulder or up into the skull, the atlas, behind the ear. Breathe there. Release. When you're ready, take your left hand to the temple, slowly raise yourself back up to center. Inhale, reach arms overhead, turn the torso to the extended leg, and then exhale, fold as much as capable. Feeling sensation, and then fold in. Rounding in. Breathe into the right side of the lower back. And then exhale, fold deeper. Notice maybe any sensations in the hips, relaxing the hips, the back of the thigh of the left leg. Don't worry about how you look. Focus on your breath. Relax your fingers. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up, taking the left shin in front of the right into a seat. Inhale, reach, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Maybe your forearms are on blocks. And gently noticing any thoughts that may be coming up for you. And just noticing without judgment. And just allowing them to settle, settling the mind and coming back gently to your breath. Into your body, into your being now, where you are, wherever you are. On your next inhale, bring yourself up, open the legs wide into full dragonfly. You can wedge small towels rolled up underneath the knees to support yourself here. And you can have a folded, rolled up blanket or bolster in the front of your abdomen for support and blocks in the front. So inhale, reach arms overhead. So open your legs as wide as needed for you to feel some sensation. And then exhale, fold forward and in. And you might want to start by placing the blocks at the higher levels if you're using blocks. And then halfway through, change the height of the blocks. We're starting now. I'm going for 3 minutes. Focus on your breath. Breathe into the inner thighs, flexing the feet towards your knees. Sending the breath down into the lower back and the abdomen and the hips. And try and notice how you can maybe lengthen the exhalations. So if you're inhaling with a count of 4, maybe try and exhale with a count of 6. Notice how your breath is allowing your space in your body, the space to go in deeper, the space to release and relax. Space to connect more deeply with the present moment. If you want to change levels, I'm here for another minute or so. Change levels of your block if you'd like. Breathe deeply into the hips. On your next inhale, walk yourself back up. Remove any props to the side. Bring your hands on the outside of the knees. Draw your legs back into center. And give yourself a nice hug here. Great. So we'll now take our blocks, bring the blocks to the front of the mat. Turn yourself onto your side, come onto the knees and the legs. And here, I have lots of little bits that I'm trying to take off of my pants and my mat. You know, the little mousses sometimes we get from washing our clothes. I know we all have that when we sometimes are wearing certain clothes. So when you're ready here, we're going into dragon. So step the right foot forward between the blocks, and you can widen your stance if need be here, and just nudge the back knee back more. You can pad the back knee. Double roll your mat or put a blanket underneath the knee if you need to. And then here, heel toe your right foot out a little bit and bring both blocks on the inside of the right foot. My hands are on blocks right now, underneath my shoulders. And take a moment here to breathe, open the heart to the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And you can stay here for the duration of this pose, or you can lower down on your forearms. You can lower the forearms down on blocks or directly on the mat. We're here for 3 minutes. Option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee if needed. Just like this. This can get quite intense. Just allow yourself to sink in. And then gently releasing the hands, the gripping in the jaw, the gripping in the hips. Maybe inhale for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 6. If you need to modify or come up on your hands, you can do that as well. Always have a choice to come into child's pose. You're more than halfway through. If you're having thoughts, just notice the thoughts and gently
Come back to sensation. Come back to the present in your body. Take one more deep breath. Exhale it out. When you're ready, plant the hands, shift your hips back, bring yourself back onto the knees. Just sit on the heels for a moment, hands on your thighs, and take a moment closing your eyes here, breathing deeply. When you're ready, come back onto the hands. Place the blocks on either side and then step the left foot forward. Place the hands on the blocks and then maybe wedge the back knee back a little more. Widening your stance, bring the blocks on the inside of the left foot and then heel toe your left foot out a little bit more, making sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. Take an inhale, reach the heart forward, open the shoulders, maybe even do a little bit of a neck roll. And noticing any cracking happening in your neck, in your jaw, opening and closing the jaw. And then when you're ready, lower your forearms down on blocks or the mat. We're here for 3 minutes. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Allow your body to guide you, the wisdom of your own body to guide you deeper into the opening in your practice, into patience, self-love, and gentle kindness at your body, befriending all of the beautiful strength and abilities that you have now in your body. You are a gift to the world, the cosmos, the stars, the universe has made you, you're born. And your being is precious, taking care of your temple, your body, is so important. You can change the level of your blocks if you want to go deeper. If you want to come back up on the hands, you can as well. Relax the jaw. Relax the hips. Notice any gripping. And just allow yourself to relax the gripping. And when you're ready, Bring yourself back on your hands. Shift your hips back. Bring your knees together and sit on the heels. Take a moment, maybe closing the eyes with your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And when you're ready, we'll come into a wide-legged child's pose. And we're going to hold this child pose for 3 minutes. So bring the big toes to touch. And you have options here. You can have a blanket or a bolster underneath your chest to support yourself on the blanket. And you can extend the arms directly out. You can also have a block underneath the forehead. Whatever you need now in your child's pose. Allow the belly to expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, relax the hips down towards the heels and relax the heart towards the mat. Breathe deeply, a 360-degree breath all the way around the torso, the abdomen, expanding the ribs, expanding the muscles along the spine. And as you exhale, lengthen the exhalation. Relax the forehead. Maybe swaying the head gently, slowly, side to side, massaging your third eye or your forehead, connecting with the earth. And bring awareness to the sensations now in your body. And if you need to place a towel or a blanket underneath your hips, between your hips and your heels, you can do that as well to give yourself some cushioning. Deep breaths deep down in the abdomen. Relax your hips and your fingers. And when you're ready, fill your lungs up with a really deep breath, expanding the arms, lengthening the spine. And a nice, slow exhalation. Inhale, pull yourself up. And then slowly lower down onto the belly. All the way down onto the belly. And have your stacked hands and your forehead landing on the stacked hands. And just take a moment here to melt into your mat in this prone position on your belly. You can even bend the knees, open them wide, rotate the ankles. And then switch directions with the ankles. And then when you're ready, lower the legs back down. We'll come into Sphinx Pose. So you can have a blanket tucked underneath the chest if you need support. You can also have a blocked or stacked blocks for your forehead to land on the blocks. And then your elbows are underneath your shoulders, palms facing down. And then here, bend the left knee up to a 90-degree angle, just like this. And we are going to be here for 2 minutes. So allow your chest to open up, shoulders are relaxed, and a slight pull towards the front of the mat, relaxing the hips here. So we're opening the inside of the left hip. We're also creating a back bend, and we're opening the chest and the throat chakra, the throat area. So deep belly breaths here. Maybe closing the eyes, relaxing the eyebrows. Notice the contact of the forearms on the mat. Notice the distance between your earlobes and your shoulders. Relax the shoulders. We're slightly compressing the spine. And then for a 3rd minute, option here to bring your hands out more and then pressing yourself up into seal pose. Extending the arms, straightening the arms. This will give a much deeper compression in the lower back and a really nice extension in the front right hip flexor. Breathe here. You can always lower back down on the forearms if you need to. And then slowly, mindfully lower back down. Remove the blocks. Send that left leg back. You can keep the blanket under the chest if you like it there, and stack your left hand on top of your right. And just lower the forehead down on the mat. Take a moment here just to breathe. Notice any sensation now in your left hip. Any sensation of circulation of the blood. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides. So bring your forearms back where they were, underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders. Bend the right knee to a 90-degree angle and your foot in line with your knee. And then we're here for 2 minutes, starting now. Notice if there's any difference on this side compared to the other side. Keep the shoulders opened, the jaw relaxed. Creating space in your body. Focusing on your breath. You can just allow yourself to sink in more deeply here. Come back to your breath. If you notice your thoughts wandering, just gently come back. And now if you'd like to come into seal pose, just press yourself up, extending the arms. We're here for a minute. Keep the heart opened. And bring awareness to the ocean in your breath, the oceanic breathing. Maybe at the back of the throat, the Ujjayi breath. Calling in the relaxing phase of the deeper end of the pose. And then on your next exhale, lower back down, removing the blocks. Sending the leg back behind you. Removing all the props and slowly lowering back down on the stacked hands. Maybe bending the knees here, swaying your shins side to side in this crocodile pose on your belly. And then lower the legs back down. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Exhale. Relaxing the lower back, relaxing the shoulders. And when you're ready, just roll yourself on your back. Find yourself rolling onto the back. Feet on the mat. And just take a moment here to settle the lower back onto the mat. And you have the option to heel toe your feet out, at least mat width apart, and allowing the knees to fall inwards. And having your hands on your lower belly and taking a breath here. You also have the option to take the knees into the chest for a nice hug. Rolling maybe gently side to side. And then we'll come into supine twist. So you have the option to come into twisted roots or just having stacked legs one on top of the other. You can also have a blanket supporting you between the knees or underneath the bottom leg if need be. So taking the left leg on top of the right for a bind. Or when you're ready, just lower the knees to the right into a twist. And again, you can always place some support and allow yourself to melt here in your twisted roots, allowing the shoulders to relax down. Your left arm can be out into a T or overhead. Take a really deep breath into the left side of the body, the organs. And then exhale. Keep noticing the breath here. We're here for 2 more minutes. Keep relaxing with every exhalation, melting down with gravity. And if you want to go deeper, if you had a blanket, you can take the blanket away and twist more deeply. Option to relax the eyes, closing the eyes or gazing to the left. And bring attention to where you're feeling any sensation. Just a gentle awareness. Take a deep breath in, expanding on all sides of the torso. And then exhale, bringing yourself back to center very slowly, drawing the knees into the chest. Drawing the knees deeply into the chest. Just taking a moment, rebounding. Notice the left side versus the right. Whenever you're ready, take the right leg on top of the right leg on top of the left. You can even shift your weight to the right a little bit, and then just drop the knees to the left. Gazing to the right. So notice here, it might be different on this side. You might need more support underneath the knees, between the legs, if your legs are stacked. And that's okay. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relaxing the hips, relaxing the legs and the neck. And this can create movement in the digestive system. Everything we've been doing can create movement and compression in the organs in and around the intestines. So just notice that it might be providing some aid for some of you with issues in those areas. I sometimes like to press the back of my head into the mat to lift my shoulders and nudge them to the left a little bit. And kind of rearranging my spine. You're halfway through. Deep breath into the spine. Imagine your spine rotating, having space to move. Take a really deep breath in, all the way down. Exhale. Unbinding the legs, bringing them back to center. Planting the feet on the mat. Making sure you're shifted in the center. Drawing the knees into the chest. Maybe opening the knees wide here. Maybe swaying side to side, pointing and flexing the toes. Rotating the ankles again. And then we will end our practice with a supported bridge. So you can take different levels of blocks, or if you'd like to just take a folded blanket, you can do that as well. If you're an advanced practitioner, you can have stacked blocks like this, or you can have stacked blocks like this. Whatever works for you. Plant the feet, lift your hips, slide the block underneath your hips on the sacrum. Okay? And then when you're ready, you can always readjust if needed. You can keep the feet planted on the mat with your arms along your sides or out into a T or overhead. Or you can extend them straight out to fully extend the front line of the body. Or you can bring the soles of the feet together in a Supta Baddha Konasana, so supine butterfly pose in supported bridge. So it's your choice. You can change if you need to, but take the time to sink in here. We're here for 4 minutes. So this is going to extend more deeply. So if you want to start at a lower level and then halfway through shift to a higher level, you can do that as well. I'll notify you in 2 minutes. Relaxing the arms here. I'm just going to put my blanket on my body. Feeling covered sometimes feels very nice. Maybe closing the eyes and allow your whole torso to melt. Even the weight of the hips into the block. Allow the weight of the hips sink into the block. When you inhale, take a slow, deep breath in, expanding down into the pelvis. And then all the way up into the chest. And then exhale, relaxed the abdomen, the belly, the chest, the back of the chest. Relax your jaw. Now's the time if you'd like to increase the level of your block or decrease the level of your block. You can simply lay flat on the mat in butterfly if you'd like. 2 more minutes. Focusing on your breath, the inhaling and exhaling. exhaling. Sinking more deeply. Take 3 more really deep breaths here. Noticing the inhale through the nostrils down into the chest along the spine. And then notice your exhale coming back up. And then out through the nostrils. Plant the soles of the feet back on the mat. And you have the option to slightly lift the hips off the block, slide the block and lower down slowly, or just shifting yourself onto your side. Either way, just be very mindful here. Slowly lowering down from the top of the spine down to the lower back and hips. Okay. Stay here with the knees maybe turned inwards. Take a moment. Take the left knee into the chest, drawing it in with the fingers interlaced around the shin. Then draw the right knee in to meet the left. And then just sway side to side. Maybe here you'd like to lift the head and the forehead towards the knees, curling in, giving yourself a final tight hug here. And then slowly lower the feet down, extend the legs out into a star in your final Savasana. Maybe giving yourself a nice big stretch. And Allow yourself to fully release here. Maybe laying the blanket out again on your body. And staying here, relaxing the back line of the body deeply into the mat. Feeling the gravity just pull you in more deeply. Relaxing your lips, your jaw, your eyes, your temples. Breathing in as you know you're breathing in all of the universe deep into your tissues in your body. And breathing out, you know you're breathing out all of the beauty, the relaxation, all of the universe through you. Relaxing the shoulders, all the muscles along your spine. Just relax your neck. Melt your forearms, allowing the fingers to curl in. Feeling your hips deeply rooted, deep down in the mat. And allow the calves to melt. And the back of the heels sink into the mat. And allow the bottom of your feet to just relax. Relax your entire body, being held now. Your mind connected to your body. Filled with loving kindness and light. Just stay here as long as you need. Mahalo nui loa. Namaste.